Uh, Alright guys, second video, nutrition. Just want to talk about a few things. I'm going to talk about how much protein you need, how much carbs and fats during Ramadan. First things first, we're going to talk about maintenance of your weight. If you're, let's say for example, you've been exercising all year round, 11 months you've trained really good, you're in good shape, regular gym goer, etc, sports, whatever. Now what you want to do is you need the bare minimum 1 gram of protein per pound of body weight, and then maximum 1.5 grams per pound of body weight. Now I don't work in kilos and stones, I work in pounds. It's, there is a conversion for kilos, you can find that online, but I've worked based on that and it's easier for me. Now I weigh 75 kilo in pounds, it's 165. So the minimum amount of protein I need for me to sustain my current condition is 165 grams of protein, and maximum 1.5 times, what is that? 1.5 times 165. So about 250 grams of protein. That's my maximum. But I'm not trying to achieve anything. This month, obviously, it's more about just trying to maintain everything because I can't obviously eat all throughout the day. So I'll keep minimum 165, max 250. That's the protein. This is for males, which is minimum 1 gram, max 1.5. So find out what your weight is. If you're a big boy, you're tall, you're big and stocky, then probably go on the higher side. You can try the lower side, but if you're losing too much of your gains, bring it up. Okay, that's my personal view, my opinion, and the stuff that I've been taught. You can buy really good textbooks out there. Obviously, I'm not trying to sell for these guys, but there's a really good book, Exercise Physiology by S.K. Powley, and I'll just put the link in. I'll put the description. Yeah, I'll put a link on there. Okay, so with carbohydrates, my body but from a minimum perspective, 0.75 grams per pound of my body weight. So 165 times 0.75 gives me 123 grams. That's how much I consume when I'm trying to drop body fat and lean up, for the summer or competition. So 123 grams. The source is irrelevant. I can have anything I want. I can have bread, pasta, fruits, sweets, whatever. But to be honest, I like the old school method of having complex carbs. So we're talking brown rice, whole wheat pasta, grains, all that kind of stuff. Those are amazing because they're slower release. You feel a lot fuller rather than having a little piece of chocolate, which is quite dense in carbohydrates. Which will obviously, it won't fill you up, but it will take up most of your nutrient total daily allowance. So this is really important that you know that you have food that are not so dense in calories and nutrients, which are tiny, because these things won't fill you up, and you'll probably find yourself in a position where you're hungry, weak, and if you're consuming too much of these little foods which are high in nutrients and calories, and you can consume a ton of them, then you're going to be in such a surplus that you're going to end up banking it. Okay, so fats. From the fats perspective, during Ramadan, it's better to consume a high-fat diet. Now, a good source of high fats, we're talking nuts and seeds. Peanut butter is awesome. Almonds, cashews, avocados. Avocados is brilliant. Stuff like guacamole, coconut oil, all those kind of things. They're really good to have in your diet because the energy release from that is a lot slower, so you won't feel as weak. If you consume a really high carb diet, which is really fast release in your body, that'll give you a sugar spike and then drop again, so you'll feel pretty good for the first couple of hours. When it drops, then it's game over. You're struggling. But with the fats, it'll carry you a little bit longer. With the fats, you're not going to get like such a high kick of insulin spike, so your sugar levels won't spike up as good as the carbs, but it's much better to have. Again, this is something that I use when I'm doing like a cut down diet and dropping body fat. With fats, I'll do 0.8 grams per pound of body weight, so 0.8 times my weight, which is obviously 165 pounds, which in grams I get 132 grams of fat. That's pretty high, but obviously get it from good clean sources. Don't be going into shops and having deep fried fish in batter or something like that. For female, what I would recommend you to do is have 0.8 grams of protein per pound of body weight. Carbs, you can have same 0.75. Fats, try 0.6 grams of fats per pound of body weight. Just get a calculator, calculate these things, write it down. And a good tip is there's this application called MyFitnessPal or My Net Diary, My Fit Day. Those three apps are really good for tracking your food. So you can actually type in what you want to eat. It tells you the nutrients, the carbs, the fats, the proteins, the calories, and if it fits within your total daily allowance, then have it. Doesn't matter what it is, as long as it fits, take it. Then you'll feel a lot better in terms of hitting your targets and maintaining your current condition. If you obviously are gaining weight during Ramadan, try and log all your food down. You'll see if you're above a certain calorific intake. If your calories are really high, above your BMI. Your BMI is the amount of calories that you need if you were in a non-exercised state. So if you were literally lying in bed all day and you were doing nothing, you still need to eat food to maintain organ functions, brain functions. So to calculate that, it's your body weight in pounds times 13 or 15. You can do 13. You'll find on a lot of websites or some of the studies out there. Now I usually stick with 15, so body weight times 15 gives you your total daily calorific intake just to maintain your current condition. So if you're in bed all day, if you're in a coma state, that's the amount you need. So find that calorific intake and then work on that. If you want to lose weight during Ramadan, that I would say body weight times 15, obviously basal metabolic rate. Then just start taking some calories off that, maybe 100 calories, 200 calories, 300 calories, and work off that. My one last tip is don't go crazy when you break fast. Take your time, slow it down. Your body's going into a bit of a shock. If you like this video, please drop me a message, just like, share, and I'll definitely share some more tips and ideas. I've got really good books and journals, some really good stuff I want to share with you. Yeah, so just take on board any of the advices that you like, give it a go. If you're not sure, get in touch and I'll see what I can do.